What's up, my friends and family? Hope you guys are doing well and are blessed. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be speaking to you about the Southampton game coming ahead for us on Saturday. A big game for Manchester United. Even though it doesn't seem like a big fixture, it is a definite big game for Erik ten Hag and his men and our players. We must turn it around. We must turn it around. Loss against Brighton, loss against Liverpool. Southampton could be the game that some people refer to as, yeah, the season is now about to start. Hello, wake up. My lineup, right? Let me tell you, my lineup is going to shock some people, and I'm going to try and keep it as realistic as possible because there's no point me giving you and telling you a formation that I would play and blah, blah, blah. But Erik's not going to do it. He's never going to do it, right? He's never going to play three at the back. So there's no point me telling you I'm going to play three at the back. I would put three at the back. I'm going to go with the bog standard lineup. It's going to be exactly same as a Liverpool game. Just the only player I'm going to change is Garnacho for Ahmad because Ahmad should be playing. I do not think that I don't think that Ugarte is going to start. I actually think Casemiro still starts and keeps his spot simply because the manager said before that he doesn't think Ugarte is ready for the Premier League and it might take a little bit of time, even though Ugarte has played 80 minutes for Uruguay. Southampton, 3 losses. They're towards the bottom of the league with the other teams. They've lost to Brentford, Nottingham Forest at home, and Newcastle as well. So they've conceded, loads of goals, and they're at the bottom. It's a game that we should be dispatching, and we should be scoring at least 3 or 4 goals against Southampton. But in the back line, let's start off with that. Dalot, left back, box standard. Martinez, left centre back. Right centre back is De Ligt, and the right back is Mazraoui. In the midfield, it's going to be Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo, along with Bruno. And in the front line is Rashford, Xerxes, and Amad Diallo. Don't be surprised if in the second half you end up seeing Ugarte and Casemiro play together. I think Ugarte will get some minutes. I hope he gets some minutes. But I don't think Erik ten Hag is going to start him. I personally would start Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo. I would start them two together. And this is not me disrespecting Casemiro, but I frankly do not think that's going to happen. So that's why I'm going to try and keep it as realistic and as likely as Erik ten Hag's going to do. What I am going to dissect, though, is what I want to see from Manchester United that I'm not seeing. Erik, throughout the international break, has had time to think to himself, has had time to reflect on the Liverpool game, the Brighton game, has had time to reflect on his own mistakes, on the team's mistakes, and really what the noises are all about his midfield. The gaping hole in the midfield, because of his system, is causing us problems and trouble and causing us goals and games. It has been for over 15, 16 months. He's won games, right? Some individual brilliance, some due to tactics, some blah, 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 whatever. But it has not been consistent. He has not been consistent. His team has not been consistent. Our results have not been consistent. And now it's time, enough is enough, where he needs to fix the actual gaping hole. We need to stop leaking in midfield. He needs to keep the midfield compact. And it's very easy to blame Casemiro. Okay, his legs are finished and you miss someone like Fred and someone who runs around, and Kobe Mainoo is not an 8, he's a 10, blah, blah, blah. It's always between Casemiro and someone else, and those two players in the a bit lower into the midfield, a bit in our own half. But people are not addressing one key factor in all of this. The midfield consists of 3 players. There is a pivotal player that we don't discuss, and people get uncomfortable when we mention this player's name. Bruno Fernandes is a big topic for this game. I'm telling you right now, we cannot be pressing like headless chickens. There's absolutely no reason, there is no need to play gung-ho, gegen press, machine for machine, press for press football. No, stop, calma, relax. Let's actually stick to our positions. Let's press when we need to. Let's come back to our positions when we need to. And let Bruno Fernandes and his magnificent legs help out the midfield for a change, instead of blasting all his energy for 90 minutes running around everywhere. And I promise you, it would help a lot. There would be times when we will have a little bit of gap in the midfield because we got caught in transition or counter. Those are the times where players need to come into the midfield and help out. If you're using inverted fullbacks, if you're using players like Dalot to invert in, you're going to leave loads of space on the wings. And Southampton are, if Southampton recognize our weakness, they're going to counter us and we're going to get punished. We're not going to make it easy for ourselves. Absolutely not. For Southampton, their main player, in my opinion, would probably be Adam Armstrong, who's had a fantastic season for them last season in the Championship, helping them come up to the Premier League. He's got 24 goals last season and 13 assists in the Champ, which is huge, big numbers. And he's their target man. He's their main man. He plays alongside another player in the midfield, and he goes by the name of Ben Diaz. Again, a player that we should not be worried about too much, but Manchester United, and we'll make a meal out of anything. Traditionally, they'll play in a 3-5-2 with two players, linking up with each other, and that's where De Ligt and Martinez will be coming in. Martinez, a lot of conversations being had about him. Is he good 1v1? He gets found out, games here and there. Is he that level of a centre-back? He's having a bit of questions. I think, maybe he's just not the same player like he was prior to his injury. It does take a bit of time to start, getting your rhythm back. And I hope Martinez can be the centre-back that we're expecting him to be. The conversations right now is just the nature of football. People are going to talk about your centre-backs when you are conceding so many goals and issues are happening. And when the team is not performing well, everybody's weaknesses and deficiencies get highlighted even more. So I do have patience for Martinez. I really do. I just want to see them come out with a clean sheet. And it'll be great for De Ligt as well. Come out with a clean sheet and it'll help the morale and the confidence of the team a lot. Our main player for this game, and time and time again I find myself saying this person's name, yet I also argue with myself saying let's not put pressure on him, but I don't know anybody else in the team that I can rely on. Not even rely on, but I can kind of mention. It's between two players, right? It's between Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. I'm not going to put pressure on Amad Diallo. I'm not going to put pressure on Joshua Zirkzee. These guys, they're young players. They need our patience, especially Amad Diallo. Zirkzee's got a lot to prove to be Manchester United starting striker. It's no joke considering some of the players that have played in that position for this club. A lot of questions about him after the Liverpool game. But for me, I need a good few games. I need at least 10 games, 15 games to see from these players before I start really judging them, especially the new players. Ahmad, I'm not putting pressure on him because I know what he can do. I know that even if he's on the bench, he can be that player that can come off the bench and impact a game by getting us a goal or an assist. Same with Garnacho, really. He's the most impactful player in our team last season, so from the bench. So I have patience for him. Again, some shaky performances, but everybody's been shaky, and players like Marcus and Bruno have started the season really bad, and those are the two players that really need to be firing. We don't play to their strengths, so they're not firing. I don't know what is going on with Marcus. He's dropped training videos, doing extra training and stuff, which is great to see, but we need him firing. Marcus starts firing goals and getting assists and doing his thing that he does best, running at players, dribbling past players, then we will definitely be able to win games and possibly even win a domestic trophy or get into top 4. It is down to Marcus Rashford, really, and the team to help Marcus. Everybody knows it's like I'm a broken record with Bruno Fernandes. We don't play to his strengths. We don't play the system that benefits him. It's going to be the same. For me, it's the same old Bruno. He'll probably get a goal or an assist somehow, and people are going to go crazy. But that doesn't define that we don't play to his strengths and the system doesn't benefit him. It's as simple as that. It's evident and you can see it. People waffle on about his chance creation, bro. I'm sorry. I never ever in my life heard that chance creation makes a player good, because corner kicks can be chance creation, free kicks can be chance creation, and both our corner kicks and free kicks are shit. There you have it. So, Onana in goal, Do I expect a lot from him? Yes. Play up from the back. I hope the manager instructs them to do that. I don't want to see hoofball. That is not the football we want to play, and the football that we bought him in for. We bought him in to play up from the back. We've got players in the back line who can do that as well. No excuse. Zero excuse. Absolutely zero excuse for the team to be shanking the ball and hoofing the ball every other chance that they get. Keep calm, keep control, be tidy. Don't concede goals from set pieces, because I feel like Southampton, that's where they would look to secure their goals, is from set pieces, corner kicks, jammy free kicks. Try and not give them away. Try and keep them tidy and clean. There's been some talk about De Ligt because the mistake he made against Germany during the international break. Again, I don't pay no mind, simply because what he does in a Manchester United shirt is what bothers me and concerns me. I don't really pay attention to Nations League and international football like that unless it's some major trophy. So I'm not gonna even pay no mind. People are on his case already, and he's only played one game for Manchester United. I'm not concerned at all. I think he's a good defender. He's done well the last game. I think he has a good partner next to him, and hopefully when Lenny comes back as well, that'll be a great partner for him. And I think they will be able to hold out the job. The problem isn't the actually back line. The problem is midfield and the forward line. I don't see anyone in the forward line bar Amad Diallo and Garnacho to be able to give us a spark. As much as people may not like Garnacho, or there's aspects of his game that you don't fancy, really and truly, who's going to give you the spark? Where are the goals going to come from? That's the biggest question. I think, I'm going for a 3-1 Manchester United win. I think the goals are going to come from, I have a weird feeling about Casemiro. I think he's going to get a goal, especially because he's had a bad game last game. There's been international break, and he's gonna dig himself out of this tunnel that he's got himself into, this pickle that he's got himself into, and he's gonna get a goal and then celebrate like crazy, and people are gonna be back on his bandwagon again, and that's what happens really. It's up and down, and I think Rashford might get a goal, and Xerxes might get a goal, and I think for Southampton, Adam Armstrong might nick a goal here and there, and it'll end in a 3-1. I hope he ends in a 3-1. I hope we don't get into a situation where it's 1-0 to Southampton and they start locking up, because that's when we struggle. We struggle against against teams that have players that can lock up the shop, and we really, really badly struggle to break them down. We need individual brilliance. I don't want to see individual brilliance goals, even though it's, right, it happens in games. I actually want to play a good game against Southampton. We shouldn't make it hard. They're the bottom of the league, but, Manchester United, right, we're the type of team that get made an example out of, and don't be surprised if we do. Do not be surprised if we do. With that being said, let me know your predictions down in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see from Manchester United down in the comments below. I think Ugarte and Casemiro will end up playing together in the second half. Casemiro and Mino will start. Nothing changes. The only thing I want to see, Amad Diallo start. Plain and simple. End of conversation. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel as well. Over 60% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed. I am swiftly trying to get that down to below 50%. So I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for your support, and I'll catch you on the next one.